Hello, I'm Andrii. I'm a founding designer at Vapi, and today I'm going to be talking about top mistakes that people do when they build voice AI agents. And I'm stoked to be presenting at the AI Hack Day, and let's go to the workshop. Hello everyone, I'm Andrii. I'm a founding designer at Vapi, and this is Shri. He's an engineer, and today we'll walk you through the top mistakes we see when people build voice AI agents on Vapi, and more importantly, how to avoid them. So think of this as like a checklist to make your hack actually usable if you're building voice AI, and not just demoable. So I don't know how many of you actually have experienced talking with the voice agent on your phone or like a website, and a lot of the times it's pretty bad, like the old IVR systems. It talks over you or it mispronounces your name. It gives random advice, and what separates bad voice agent experience from great voice agent experience is it takes natural turns, so it doesn't interrupt you when it's not comfortable. Then it's clear and reliable answers, so it actually has some knowledge base connected to it, and it has a voice that you actually enjoy hearing as a target audience. So first mistake that we see people are doing most of the times on Vapi is they're failing to make their prompts good, so prompting pitfalls. They're not structuring their prompts, missing guardrails, so what agents should and shouldn't do, people don't specify that in their prompts. Like for example, if you're building a medical agent, you have to specify that the agent has to say that this is not a medical advice, and they're not breaking down processes step by step, so they're just doing like, do this when this happens, but agents need like explicit clarification, like step 1, 2, 3, 4, they have to follow a specific process, as well as we need to add explicit formatting rules, so degrees, names, and dates, so a lot of people use pronunciation dictionaries for that. The next biggest mistake is that assistants are confused about tool usage, so assistant doesn't know when to call tools or doesn't call tools at all. And the reason is that a lot of people don't know that when they connect the tool to the agent, they need to explicitly put in the prompt that this is the assistant, this is the tool ID, and this is how to use it and when to use it. People just connect the tool and expect that AI is going to know by itself when to call the tool. Secondly, we recommend limit the number of tools. Like it depends on the model, but the range under 20 or like 20 to 50 is recommended, not more. And then you have to explicitly explain in the prompt how and when to use the tool, and you should use the tool ID inside the prompt. So you can just like say use this tool, like in a natural language. You have to use the actual tool ID inside the prompt. Mistake number 3 is people neglect the voice user experience. So what we're seeing, some people are just like picking the first random voice that doesn't fit their customer profile. For example, if you're working with elderly customers, or you have a healthcare use case, you want to pick something that gives you like a trust feeling and it's more soothing. And some voices aren't trained on use case specific vocabulary and can pronounce words correctly. Like in healthcare, they can pronounce certain medicines because the voice wasn't trained on those words. How to fix this is you have to A/B test with real users. We recommend doing 30. That's what our forward deploy team usually does, like 30 calls to be certain what works. You have to watch for domain issues like legal or elderly or medical, and you have to iterate until it feels natural, or you can use curated voices. We have voices that Vapi created in our platform that are curated by us, and they support a lot of use cases at scale. Then the mistake number 4 is bad transcription and pronunciation. So a lot of people assume transcription is always accurate, but it doesn't handle names, acronyms, or emails, for example. It fails to confirm unclear words, and agents exposes raw transcription errors to users. Like, for example, my name is Andrii, and even yesterday we had a case when assistant said Andrea, which is a female name. So you have to be specific when you describe all of those transcription and pronunciation examples. So how to fix this? You can add keyword triggers for critical terms. Deepgram has those keyword triggers where it can take data from pronunciation dictionaries and apply it within the prompt dynamically. Then you can write explicit pronunciation rules for tricky words using pronunciation dictionaries. Confirm low confidence input. So within your prompt you can add, like, when you are not 100% confident that this name is correctly transcribed, you can prompt the assistant to confirm that. So it will say during the conversation, did you mean John with an H or without H? Then you have to normalize email or phone entry. So you have to, in your prompt, say to the assistant that it has to spell out character by character, not just number by number. It's like a word input versus number input. Then mistake number 5, we see users are not testing enough their voice agents. So they only test happy paths and they don't try to break the system, then see a failed call and blame AI after. So how to fix this is you run 30 plus calls before shipping, test it on different users, deliberately test edge cases and interruptions. Because you can test the prompt like with any prompt testing tool, like just the LLM itself, but it's a voice conversation, so we have to be more nuanced. When you speak to a person, you can easily pick up those fails. The usual loop is like you log those failures. We have, for example, like in our call logs, you can filter by failed calls, then you can analyze them, fix and apply, and retest until stable. So you have to record and analyze calls regularly, tag common errors, prioritize fixes, and treat every failed call as a training data for next iteration. Unfortunately, there is like not enough automation to automate this process, but if you actually want to take your agent to a good scale and like really to production, you have to do it by hand now. And mistake number 6 is people build voice agents on low ROI use cases. So they build agents for every possible workflow. They make an agent that can handle every call, chase novelty instead of value, and ignore ROI when picking the first use case. So if you're choosing the voice agent, the best results we've seen is you start with one high value use case, for example, just booking appointments, that's all, nothing else, or like payment processing or FAQs, and then you can scale and you can combine them in what we call squads, and then you can create this like multi-agent workflow. Then you have to validate product market fit before scaling. So I see personally voice agents being products themselves. It's more like we can apply classic product development processes on voice agents because they are the product themselves. So you have to validate product market fit before scaling and double down on what users actually use. So if you listen to those calls and if you, for example, see some fails and what people actually ask the agent, you can double down on that and try to scale that specific use case before spreading yourself too thin. And mistake number 6 is overloaded knowledge base. We see some people dumping entire docs into the agent. They feed all the docs all the time, so there's no chunking. And they don't have no fallback when knowledge base fails. So to fix that, you just apply regular RAG system. You chunk content into clean, relevant pieces. You add metadata to guide retrieval. Use fallback answers. Within your prompt, you can specify when this happens, say this. And each tool call can have its own messages when it fails or it succeeds. So you can have those messages and the assistant can say them if certain things happen. It's like, I'll get back to you. And then you can continue the conversation while fixing the tool call. And you have to be very contextual with each knowledge base entry. I don't know if we have questions. Probably not, because people are not here. So thank you. If you're interested in voice AI, you have to attend VapiCon, which is the first voice AI conference. It's going to happen October 2nd in San Francisco. And we're going to give talks from OpenAI, DeepGram, us. And it's going to be a super big, super cool voice AI event. And if you want to attend it, you can apply codes Andrii20 or Shri20 for 20% discount. Thank you.